Okay? Because you actually began to manifest his word in your life. Therefore, it is a living word for you. Okay? But unless you obey his commandments, you are not in the truth. You do not know the Most High. And just as his word says, if you do not obey his commandments, you don't know him. Okay? You don't love him. You're not even going to make it anywhere near him. You have to obey his commandments. The truth makes it that way because there is no other way. All right? Now, I'm coming home. I'm getting off the metro. Coming up the escalator, you know what I mean? My bike is locked up. So, stuff like this used to make me mad, but it doesn't anymore. All right? Here's my bike. You can tell me what's missing on my bike, right? I mean, you can look at that in plain in day. You know, you can see what's missing. All right? I have no seat. Wow. That's pathetic. On my bike. This morning I had a seat. All right? But I come and I catch the metro. This is funny now. It's not even it doesn't even, when someone steals from me, okay, it makes me angry. When someone does me wrong for no reason, it makes me angry. I avoid people like that and continue and will always avoid people like that unless they learn the errors of their ways. But they won't ever learn the errors of their ways for some reason. It's just, it's sad. You know, how do you know the error of your own ways? By manifesting the actuality of your life. If you manifest the actuality of your life, of what you actually did, then you realize that you need to change. But how can you know that it's wrong if you don't know that if you don't know the word of God? Just like Paul said, he said, how could I ever know not to commit adultery if it wasn't for the word of God that told me not to do so? Okay? So if you don't know the word of God, then the person who took this don't know the error of their ways. They'll never know the error of their ways, okay? Because they're out there jacking. This is simple. This means nothing to me. I don't care about that, you know? But this is just an opportunity I'm going to seize to manifest to you the truth. This is why it hurts. If I go to that person and find that person out and tell this person, you took my seat. Listen at me. I'm about to run you down a scenario. You took my seat from my bike. I don't even think I would ask for it back because the word of God says not to. So I'm not even about to consider it. You can have it, but you took my seat. Let's say that, because even the scriptures say if a thief be found out, he must pay back what he took and then some, okay? If a thief be found out, because that's the word of God as well. But if I don't know who they are, who gives a care, whatever have you, and even if I knew that, this world will not, paying back is not going to happen. I'm not even worried about it. Okay, so, but there's so much that dictates my decision making about this seed. Okay, if the person be found out, I would ask him for it back. But there's certain things. Hold on. All right, there's certain things that when they happen, all right, they get to a degree where if we are in the word of God, we have to be wise enough to just let it go sometimes. You know what I mean? Walk away sometimes, leave it alone sometimes. You know what I mean? Because there's only so much we can do in this world that we live in. Only so much. Why? Because there's a yoke around our necks, and that yoke is gonna forever be around our necks as long as we're disobeying the word of the Most High. But if you know that the Most High has you covered, then something like this won't even bother you. Okay? When I first saw it, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was upset. But then I'm realizing that the Sabbath is coming down. And if the Sabbath is coming down, I've got to get rid of all worldly concerns. I got to get rid of all anger in me, because I'm about to enter into the presence of the Most High, obeying his word. Okay? And it's all about the truth. I actually got to do these things, spite my own feelings, spite myself. You know what I mean? I've got to force my body to do what the word of God says, because man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. And if that is so, then his word that came out of his mouth tells me that this is his Sabbath. I must obey. I must be at peace and I must be at rest. Therefore, let it be. Okay? So, but let's go to this person and say you stole my seat. All right? You took it. All right? This person is going to deny it with everything they've got. Okay? They're going to deny it. Why? Because they don't want to deal with what they actually did. All right? They don't want to have to face the reality of their actual actions. This is the day of judgment here. We don't want to face the day of our actual actions, what we've actually done in this life. Okay? I don't want to face that. I took this man's seat and I want everybody to forget about it. That's what I want. All right? I'm going to take this man's seat. I want him to forget about it. I want him to look over it. Why? Because he got gypped. And that's all there is to it. He don't have to worry about, you know, getting his seat back. None of that stuff. Why? Because I got the best of him. All right? You know what I mean? But you have the best of me now. This is what I would say. Yes, you have the best of me now. Have your fun. But I'm going to have the last best of you then. You know what I mean? When the time comes. All right? Because the truth sealed this action that was made. Sealed it. When he took it, it's gone. It's sealed as actuality. It's sealed as the truth. In truth, it is sealed. So it's not just about taking things, and it's not just about the bad things, but it's about the good things too. When I do the commandments of the Most High, it is sealed. You want to know what the mark of the beast is and the mark of the Most High is? And why it's in your forehead, in your mind, and in your hands, in what you do, where you work? The hands that manifest the mentality of this person, the spirituality of this person, who this person is, manifested that this person is a thief. They took my seat. All right? That's it. So now, if I see this person, all right, I already know who this person is because of what came out of them. And what came out of them is that they're a thief. All right? They don't want to deal with the hurt, the pain that follows the actuality of their own actions. What they decide, their mind, think about it. Your mind comprehended a desire, because that's how it's desired, and when it's manifest, it produces death. And when it is manifest, it produces sin, and sin, when it is finished, it produces death. Okay, so this person thought about it. All right, listen at me. This person thought about taking my seat. All right, when they thought about it, they put their hands on my seat and they began to take it. And already that was sin. But then they actually took it. So it was finished. This is finished. It is manifested. It is sealed in the heavens that this person took my bike, stole from me. How small it is, but no one sin is greater than the other. Wow, it's a small thing. You know what I mean? I'm still smiling. I'm still doing what I need to do. I'm still living, you know what I mean? But I'm fine, okay? But I don't have to answer for taking somebody's seat. And look, when I say it's something simple like that, think about all of the actuality that's being done. No one wants to deal with the forefront of life, the forefront of battle. This is the forefront of battle right here, all right? That's the forefront of battle. You took my seat. What are we going to do about it? Because that's something's got to be done about this. You know? Because of truth. Listen at me. It has to be done because of truth. You know what I mean? And when you give, when you do righteousness, something has to be done because of truth. That's why what you sow, you shall reap, because of truth. Truth makes it evident. Truth makes it so that nobody can take away what you've done, who you are, can take away your reward for what came out of you. Nobody can take it away, whether it be good or whether it be bad, whether it be for a blessing or whether it be for a curse. The Most High, that day when he made his covenant with us, set before us life and death. This is what his word says. I lay before you life and death, a curse and a blessing. Okay? Life and a blessing if you obey my word. Curse and a death. All right? If you disobey my word. But that's only when you actually do something. But listen at me. You have no choice but to actually do something, because every time you breathe, that's the actuality of your life. And even if you do nothing, you're going to have to answer for having done nothing. Listen at me. The truth. Listen at me. This person maketh me mad. All right? When they perform that action. But when we perform the word of God, we're going to make ourselves. Come on. I'm tired of this, y'all. Come on. Let's stop lying about it. I got brothers who have done me 10 times worse than this, you know. But they don't want to deal with the actuality of what they've done. You know what I mean? Not once. Not once do you regurgitate these things back to people when they do you bad things. Listen at me. Do not regurgitate it. Do not send it back. One offense will not. Two lies don't make things better. If I offend you and if you offend me and I offend you back, it won't make anything better. Listen at me. There's no progress in offense on top of offense on top of offense. There's got to be offense and then the word of God. That's it. That's the result of it. Offense and the word of God. Sin and then the word of God. The word of God is the 1 + 1 = 2. Okay? The word of God is a variable, and it's a strong variable that causes a strong variable that finally dictates the outcome of an action. Okay, it's the final dictator of what's going to manifest to the person who took this and what's going to manifest to me. Okay, what's going to manifest to the people of God who actually obey, and I can't stress the word actual enough, who actually obey his word, and then what's going to manifest to the people who actually do not. Listen, be careful how you live your life, people. Be fearful and trembling for your salvation. What are we being saved from? There's a blessing and then there's a curse. Understand me. What are we being saved from? There's a wrath of God and then there's a love of God. What are we being saved from? The wrath of God. I'm not being saved from Satan. I'm not being saved from the enemy, from the devil. You know what I mean? I'm saved from the word of God and his wrath. Because the things that the enemy do, if all